Yo, 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 it's your boy Ramboys talking here right now on an episode of the Sit Down. I am here today with the lovely Yasmin VW.
We out here.
She's out here,
Sit
we're
down.
out here. Introduce yourself to the people that don't know who you are.
Alright, cool. What's up, guys? It's Yas VW. I am a 21-year-old R&B artist. I'm from Southeast London and I love to make music. Write some songs.
Superstar.
We're trying, man. Come on, Rambo. We're trying.
Superstar.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Alright, cool. And we're just going to go straight in.
Let's go.
Start of the journey.
Start of the journey. Cool. So
Take us back. Boom.
Take it back just a few steps, I've loved music ever since I can remember, to be fair. So my granddad, he played in a band in Ghana. Anyone else watched, if you've ever watched any interviews, everyone's heard me say it. I say in every interview, he played in a band in Ghana, he played bass. And even when I got older, I learned that my grandma was in a few choirs when she was younger.
Okay. So the whole family.
The whole family. My auntie, she used to proper sing and dance as well and do performances. My family just loved music, so I think I was just kind of born with it. And then when I was younger, I just used to join all choirs in my schools. Whenever I went to church, join the choir as well. And then when I was 13, I started posting YouTube covers.
I swear on the animating.
I tried, man. I saw animating. I saw Justin Bieber doing his thing, and I was like, I need to jump on that.
What were you covering? What kind of tunes?
Yeah. What kind of tunes? So I'd say
the Justin Bieber thing, then that.
I think I did. Did I do Justin? I did. What Justin Bieber song did I do?
Are they still up?
They're not actually.
Yeah,
they're archived. They're archived. I have them in it. If anyone wants to see them, I have them. They're archived.
Swiftly,
but
the lost
they are
tapes.
obfuscate. But they're still there in it. So if you want to see it, DM me. You know what I'm saying? But I did Ed Sheeran, Perfect. I did Drake, Controller. That was my highest viewed one. Drake, Controller had 6K views. I did my first ever one was Ave Maria by Beyonce.
Okay.
I did, Halo by Beyonce.
So you had a
couple ones here and there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed it.
And what was you getting a good response, and that gave you confidence to
100. Because when I was, it's mad, but when I was younger, I actually had stage fright. So
oh really?
Yeah, so I was I always loved performing, but I could not bring myself. I would start shaking and that. So a lot of my friends would be like, "Oh, Yasmin, you can sing. You need to push yourself. This is that." So I thought, cool, I just took a leap of faith and I posted and everybody was loving it. Back then when Facebook was popping, I just always put on Facebook and you know what I'm saying? Everyone loved it. So I was like, yeah, this is sick. And it definitely boosted my confidence. And then from there, I just got involved in so many more things, always in school, putting myself forward for performances and stuff like that. And then when I was 16, around that age, I met my manager.
Okay.
And since then, we've just been, finding the sound, working on the craft kind of thing, and then obviously, I dropped music in September. And
so, what point did it go from covers to you actually writing songs, being a songwriter?
I think so I used to if you look through all my old phones and stuff, you just see millions of voice notes. Yeah,
voice notes.
The voice notes and notepads.
Like to hear it back and that.
For real, just putting ideas down. I was always writing, not that they were any good, but just tried the thing and I was I like this. But I think it was when I met my manager. When I met my manager, I was I performed a song that I had written that was my favourite song.
No.
Not performed it. I did a cover, but at the end, when they were talking to me after my performance and he was watching, I sung a song that I had written and he liked it as well. And then since then we were and he was hey, cool, you can write. So I tried a few more stuff and started going to the studio, met different people. And I think that's when I was cool, let me do it properly. This is it. I can actually do this. I've got an opportunity here. So at that point I started doing it properly. I would say the songs that are out, like Weakness, and Weakness was one of the early ones that I wrote.
Big banger.
Thank you, man.
Big banger.
Love. Yeah, I wrote that about a year before it came out, and that was the point that I started properly writing, really, really writing songs that I was like, I'm gonna release these. Yeah.
And what would you say that you love about doing music? Like,
I just love the way it makes me feel.
mm-hmm.
Like, I think with music, it's mad, but like, even like when I was like 16, I got my first job and stuff like that. And everything I did, I was just like, I can't see myself doing this. Like, I can only see myself doing music. Every time I do music, I feel, it doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like,
you enjoy it.
Yeah, I can be doing it for hours and I just don't get bored. And it's like, it can be heavy, it can be challenging, it can be hard to like constantly push yourself to be creative, but it's just so enjoyable and I feel good. I get a really good feeling. I've always felt like that, like listening to my favorite songs and stuff, old school R&B and whatnot.
Literally.
Like, I just feel good. So making my own.
I guess when you feel good, when you make that music, does it make people feel good when they're listening to it?
Yeah, exactly. And then that makes me feel even more good. When it's like,
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle. I bounce off of everyone that bounces off my music, and you know, releasing music, I've gotten beautiful messages. Like people like, wow, I can relate to this song so much, or this song has helped me through this situation, or you know, someone said they dedicated like all my music to their girlfriend, and I was just like, yeah, man, let me keep making your tunes for you, get me? Like,
you're doing the man good.
And I was just like, that just makes me feel so good. Everyone's just like, every time I hear your music, I fall into a place where I just love it, and yeah, that makes me feel, that makes me want to keep going. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. And obviously you talk a lot about like 90s R&B and type thing. So would you say you drew any inspirations from any artist or sounds from that kind of era?
Yeah, definitely. Like my main inspirations are like Michael and Janet Jackson, Aaliyah, Brandy, Usher. Yeah, like I grew up the time when they were just popping for me so much, and I loved what they did. I loved their performance like as well. The fact that they would sing and dance, and their music was just, it was deep, like it hit you in a different place. I love that. So I was like, yeah, I need that. I need to do that. Yeah.
And would you say you like, would you compare your style to anyone from that era, or you kind of just doing your own thing?
I would say like my music is, I'd say in the lane of like Janet Jackson, but like a kind of modern day version. She inspires me so much.
Oh, really?
So yeah. So just in terms of like her sound, in that lane, I would say in that lane of like, you know, a mesh of
your
like
version
modern day, a different style to it, I guess. But yeah, 100%.
And obviously you mentioned that Michael Jackson, Usher, these type of people, they're like a full package artist. Like they can sing, dance, perform. To you, what do you think an artist is or should be, or is there no like fixed box?
That's a good question.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's a good one. Yeah, you know what you're doing. I would say, yeah, like you kind of hit the nail on the head with what you were saying. Like, you know, I feel like there's so many different versions of like what an artist is. You know, not every single person that sings dances as well, and that's fine. Like, everyone has their own beautiful art in some type of way. For me personally, like I said, I draw inspiration from those artists that they have that whole package of performance where it's like, for me, I don't know, I'm just more captured when there's a whole performance to it as well, where it's like you've got the rhythm in your body and the rhythm in your voice as well. Yeah. And it's like, so I think for me an artist is, with that maybe being one element to it as well, someone that can convey like stories and emotions in a way that everyone can like resonate with, and they can do that in a very well done creative way, like if you know what I mean. I don't know if I can explain that properly, but
no, I get you.
And like I think if you can connect with as many people as possible and keep them there, captivate them, I feel like that's a really good artist. And if you can, on top of that, like perform with different elements such as like dancing or making like mini movies in your visuals kind of thing, like that, those are the artists there where I'm like, yeah, you sit high somewhere.
Have you done a performance yet?
No, like not proper, like with not with like a live audience there, not with my own music anyways. When I was younger, I used to do like little gigs here and there and stuff, but like with my own music, I haven't. Recently, I've like recorded a few stuff, which coming up soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
And they're like a couple of performances, so I'm really excited for that. But nah, like with my own music, I haven't had the chance to, and I've been craving it so much. Yeah.
What kind of like? I've been to. I went to Ed Sheeran's show. Well, I
sick.
worked there and I was working there.
Okay.
And this is Wembley.
Yeah, Stewardon.
Like, box waiting.
Okay. Yeah. Just like that.
You know what I'm saying? And this is 90,000 people, whatever.
Damn.
And he's on the stage.
Yeah.
On a stool like that with his guitar, just chilling.
Wavy.
Like, no gimmicks, nothing.
None. Yeah.
Is that the kind of vibe you're on, or would you prefer like a full kind of performance of like dancers? And I guess it's a big scale to compare, but
I hear you though. I think a mixture, to be fair. I think that's also what I love about artists too, when they can do like a balance of different ones. You know, for me, like saying I used to do like YouTube covers, so in all my YouTube covers I was playing the guitar as well. Well, most of them, probably like one or two that I didn't. So I feel like that element, you know, if I have like a performance or like a huge performance where I'm doing like loads of different songs and whatnot, I'd love to, you know, just sit down in like a song and play the piano or the guitar or something. Or, you know, have the band playing and sitting down, and then in like another song,
get up
full
and
out,
rise up. Yeah.
Full out, you know what I'm saying?
Popping and locking,
all of that. Like, I would love to do that. I love all elements of it. So, I'd say a balance of the two. Yeah.
All right, cool. And so you started doing your covers on YouTube, your little webcam and that.
Yeah, a little webcam.
You're working.
Yeah.
You kind of touched on this, but at what point did you kind of realize this is the turning point? Like, people were actually asking you, like, when's this music coming? You're very good. Like, when did you sit down and say, this is me?
Yeah.
Was it after the first song or before that?
So, yeah, like, even like from school, like, even from when I was posting like YouTube covers, everyone knew that. Yeah,
so you knew this was happening.
I was in the music lane. Like, everybody knew that music was where I was going one way or another. I wasn't too sure how yet, but I always knew I wanted to sing and perform and stuff like that. Yeah. So even when I was in like sixth form-ish, like it wasn't as big for me then. It was like, but my friends like knew that I wanted to get into that. So my friends were always like, you know, and I used to go like studio and stuff, and I like put little snaps of it and whatnot. So everyone's like, you're really doing it seriously. I think it was when I was in uni and I started posting those snaps more frequently. And I was like, okay, like, when are you gonna drop it now? Because I did take time to like find my sound and really like, you know, me and my manager, we took a lot of time to just kind of build what we're doing now. So people were seeing from the outside, kind of seeing that I was building something. Didn't know what it was, but they were waiting for it. So I think it was, I'd say like the year before I dropped Weakness, everyone was like, what's going on? Where's the music? Are you coming through? What's happening? And
you just dropped it with the bomb.
And then, and that was quite unexpected. Like, people weren't expecting it at that time. And I dropped it. And then I think, once I dropped Weakness, and then not long after dropping Weakness, I was getting ready to drop the next one off the ground. That's when people were like, okay, she's in the building, cool, like, she's coming around now. And then now, since Be The One, it's just with every single single, like, it's grown a lot for me. I think Be The One is I'm at the highest point right now that I've been so far, and people are just waiting for the next stuff now. Like, I'm getting messages on a regular saying, you know, what's happening next, what's the next thing. So it's definitely like growing more and more for me. But I'd say it was when I was like the year before I dropped music, people were like, okay, where's this music now? What's happening? Yeah.
And when you dropped Weakness, your first song, in a way that's kind of the moment this became a career for you. Like, it's no longer a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, did that in a way change any enjoyment of it, or was it just the same? I'm just gonna do my thing.
Yeah, I'd for me, like, the enjoyment has always been there. It just got harder. Like, with anything that you're working on, like, if you're really working on it proper and you're building like your empire, it's always gonna get harder, no matter how much you love it. So it definitely got heavier. Like, you're expected to do more. Like people now, there's a bit of attention on you, so it's like, okay, you need to elevate yourself. You can't just do things on the same level. So it was definitely like something that got heavier, and it still is getting heavier, but it never like changed the enjoyment ever. I've always loved like every bit of it, always. Yeah,
good man. And we're kind of in an era now where like the artists, like I said before, it's not just the artist. You can do anything you want now with social media. There's ways to put an artist like in different ways. Like nowadays, people want to see artists in this kind of environment, talking. Okay. They want to know that type of side of you. In terms of your brand, is there kind of any other aspects of entertainment or music that you want to get into? So like, you see like Rihanna, she's an artist, but now she's saying,
doing
you know
like
what,
fashion. Yeah.
I'm gonna go do this. I don't really care what you lot are saying.
Yeah. Where's the album?
Yeah. Is that
she
something
doesn't care, man.
Yeah. On, like exploring, or you just
100? No, I think obviously right now, like I'm building myself, and I'm completely dedicated to the music, and it's how I want it to be right now, because I feel like I need to put my all into it and show people that like this is what's most important to me. And I think once I've got myself to a point where I'm like, do you know what, I've done quite a lot. Maybe I haven't achieved every single thing. I don't feel like it's ever going to be a point where I'm like, I've done everything. I'm always going to want to do more. But where I feel like I've I've earned myself, it like I've gotten to the position where I'm like, okay, cool, I've earned this. I would love to, I'd love to explore like different avenues and try different things. I used to love
a
like
movie or something.
You've got this, Rambo. You've got it, man. You know, I want to jump in a movie, man. You know that for a fact.
Queen and Slim or something.
I would
love
to.
Shout her.
Come on, yeah. I used to love like drama and school and stuff. And
so you like in school? You like the performing arts kid?
Someone said when I was in year 6. They chose me as Juliet for Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my gosh, you're grabbing them roles there.
Like, I'm grabbing the main roles again. No, I was loving it, man. I was loving it. So, like, and even like after like year 6, I didn't touch drama for time. But years later, when I was in like year 11, I did another little drama role, and I was like, oh my days, like I need to actually get into this. Like I just love the feeling of it. So 100%, like. Couple years down the line, maybe you might see me. I'd love to, man. I'd love to.
A goal starting.
Yeah, we'll talk after. Let's go.
But let's talk about that process, the gritty bits. Let's do it. Cool. So writing. How do you write? Do you like to write in the studio? Do you write at home? Bring it to the studio? Do you write to the instrumental? Do you write and then fit it in the pockets? Talk to me.
The process, it definitely varies for a lot of people. For me, I find it easiest to write in the studio. 100%. Like, I like to feel the beat being made, feel the different elements in the beat, and that inspires like a lot of like my melodies, or inspires a lot of the scene that I create in my head when I'm writing. I can see it as the beat is being made. So like, with all the songs I put out so far, they've all been in the studio.
Okay.
As the beat is being made, then I'm writing the songs, and by the time the beat is done, I've got like the first verse, the pre and the chorus or something.
How long are them studio sessions?
There's been a couple that have been like 5-6 hours. There's been a couple that have been like 8 hours.
Work.
I've had some long ones. I've had one that's been a good 10-11 hours.
Work.
Most of them are from from 5 to 8 hours. Yeah, most of them go from that. Some short ones as well, but I won't get crazy amount done in that, but I'll get some stuff done. But yeah, they vary from like that. But I love like writing whilst the beat is being made. But obviously, like with the way COVID has patterned things up for us, it hasn't been easy to get studio time because of access to people, access to locations. So I've had to definitely like adjust and adapt myself and it's now a lot of like having the beats there and writing to the beats or coming up with ideas in my head. I used to do a lot of that as well. It's like coming up with ideas in my head, but I'm not a producer. So I'll hear like the beats in my head, but I have no idea how to translate that.
To the,
exactly. So, or I can do it in a very like basic way. But yeah, for me, I love writing whilst the beat is being made, and I create that scene in my head where it's like, okay, what am I talking about here?
Yeah.
What is this song gonna be about? Where am I? Where are you, the listener?
Yeah.
Where are you? Where am I?
that.
And then yeah, tell that story and build it up in the song. Speak about that emotion in a descriptive way, and that's.
So do you what kind of order does it depend on the song? Are you like hook first, verses, melodies?
I find it easier to write the verse first. I think naturally it just ends up happening like that. Just because I start at the start of the story. I just start. Sometimes if I get the chorus first, I feel very lucky, because sometimes I find it very hard to get the chorus. Yeah, where it's like I've got the verse and the pre, and then I'm like, okay, this is the big moment now. I've done all this building. What's the big moment? Sometimes it's hard to catch that. Yeah. So if I get the chorus first, I'm like, thank God, cool. Let me. The hard bit yeah. But I tend to end up just naturally like telling the story from the beginning and doing like the first line of the song, and then building from there. And as I'm feeling the beat and closing my eyes, I'm like, okay, cool, what can I see? What can I see? Zen.
I watched an interview with Burna Boy. Apparently he goes in and he just records like his melodies just straight away.
Just freestyling on the mic?
Just vocals, and then
I wish.
Comes back and then does his verse.
I might need to try that.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like everyone's different, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's different ways that you could do it.
100.
So we talk about writing. We spoke about putting a song together. How do you do with like, once that song's made, the feedback that you're getting? Do you like play it back straight away? Get the people in the studios and point of view? Or do you like give it a while, come back to it, like I like this? Like, how does that work when you're finalising, picking what songs make it?
Yeah. So I do a lot with my manager, and you know, he's the best, man. That's my big bro right there. So
you're saying P Diddy.
Come on, I'm not gonna talk too much, but he's a boss man.
You got the gems.
Yeah, his mind is right. Do you get me? He's got a good head on his shoulders, so he knows the sound. He knows what sounds good. So, you know, we always kind of talk about it with each other. And like, yeah, as soon as it's done, sometimes he comes to the studio. There's been a lot of times he's come along actually, so he'll be there when I'm making it. But when he's not there, you know, I'll send it through to him, and we'll talk about it there. When I get home, I like to show my mum as well.
Yeah. Okay.
I love to show my mum like everything I've made and get her feedback. Nice, and yeah, man, I'm so tight with my mum. So I just love to know what she thinks. She's got a good taste in music as well. So
she keeps it real.
That's what I like. I can't. It's very nice to hear, yeah, this is good, but you can't have yes men when you're trying to grow. You know, so mummy knows, man. Mummy knows.
Watch her waist and her feet and see her moving to see if she's really
like
feeling
that,
it.
Like, are you feeling this? Okay, yeah, cool. She's loved like everything. There will be times where she'll hear something and be like, I know you can do better than this, or I know you can, and I love that. So, but yeah, I'll show her. I'll show my best friend, and I'll get everyone's feedback. And obviously I don't go around like sending a song. Obviously I'm not gonna do that, but I'll show my close people. Trust me. But I'll show my closest people, and get their feedback. There's been times where like I know I finished the song, but I know that it's not completely there, so I won't even show them yet. I'll just be like, I'm gonna show them when I've added like the harmonies and I've adjusted this line and that, because and then but more time. Like when I made a song, it's like straight away. I wanna, cause it's the momentum's there, so I wanna stick with that and keep that and use that to build it, to make it better, to improve it, do whatever I need to do to it. But then there's been a couple of songs. So for instance, like with Weakness and Be the One, those songs, Weakness, I actually, like I said, I wrote it quite a while back, and then there was a gap where I was like working on some other stuff, and then I came back to it, and then like I rewrote the chorus, for instance, and the bridge. So that there was actually quite a gap between starting that song and finishing that song, to be fair. Be the One, that was probably like one of the quickest songs that I'd like done in a session. I just hadn't done the bridge, so I just came back and wrote the bridge. The bridge.
What does that mean?
Oh, you don't know the bridge?
No.
Oh, you don't know the bridge? You don't know the bridge.
What's the bridge?
So the bridge in a song is...
I mean, it's schooled, bro. I heard you say it the first time. I was like, I'll let that one squeeze by. And then she said it 3 times. I was like...
Oh, you're thinking now.
Yeah. I was like, I probably got to know this one.
Let me own up. Cool. So you know what the verse is.
Yeah.
You know what the chorus is.
Yeah.
Do you know what pre-chorus is?
Just like a little lead up to the chorus.
Yeah, you know there's always like a bit before the chorus where it's like, it's different from the verse. It's not the verse. Sometimes it's repeated the second time as well. Okay, so that's the pre-chorus. The bridge now, so the song, a typical structure of a song, these days actually, there's this whole kind of talk about like the bridge is dead. So there's a lot of songs that don't include bridges anymore, which would make sense. I can let you off. But a song that has a bridge, the typical structure would be verse, pre-chorus, chorus, second verse, pre-chorus again, chorus, then the bridge. So you know there's always like a kind of like breakdown in a song where it sounds a little bit different. It's a bit of different section, and it's like it might go a bit slower,
like
or the beats might the beats might drop,
it's like an outro. It's like an outro-ish.
It's an outro, yeah, but then sometimes as well.
Can it be a bridge and an outro?
Can be. Some people do that actually. I'll give that to you as well. I'll give that to you. But usually they'll play the chorus one more time after the bridge. Okay. So, like for instance, in Weakness, I don't know if you know Weakness Too Tough in it. But okay, you know the tune. So the bridge in Weakness is the part that goes, if you want me to, then I can heal you.
Hey, we're getting a... Hey, come on.
Don't kill me.
Nah, okay.
But so it's a kind of like a different part of the song. Yeah. And it's like towards the end of the song.
Okay.
That's the bridge. So yeah.
I know what the bridge is, and I even forgot what you was even saying.
I'm dead.
I know what the bridge is.
I'll show you a few tunes after. I'll show you the bridge. And you'll be like, oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, cool now. Music video now. The bit where we all see, the viewers, that's the bit kind of, that's behind the scenes. That's your journey. This is what we see now, the finished product.
Love it.
Alright, cool. How does this go about? Are you involved in the concept, the video shoot, the storyline, or do you kind of let the creatives, videographers handle that, or do you like to?
It's definitely a mixture. I love to get involved in everything I'm doing.
The best way,
yeah, bringing your vision to life. Like I said, you know, when I'm writing songs, I create scenes in my head. So I also like to bring that scene to life if I can. But I'm surrounded by a lot of knowledgeable people, a lot of people who are experts at this, content creators, and they're just crazy creative, and and they have amazing visions, and they have an amazing idea of how to bring it to life. So I definitely get involved, put some ideas on the table. My manager is very involved in it, and he's got some sick concepts. Like with Be The One, that was a lot of me and my manager coming together, and we spoke about some like inspirations, and I was like, cool, like, I can imagine like working in this place. And then my manager was like, I can imagine like you being on a tube. And that all, do you know what I mean? So then like the cafe came, like where I was like working in the cafe, and then like his idea came where it was like I was on the tube, and kind of brought that together, and then took it to the video director that we were working with, and he spiced it up a little bit, enhanced it. Do you know what I mean? So, so we just all kind of came together with it. The next video that I'm coming out with, I actually shot that last week.
Okay.
And that was kind of similar, to be fair. A lot of my manager, again, like he brainstormed a lot of ideas and put that on the table, and then the video director came through and put those ideas, and it just comes out looking sick. And we all kind of make little tweaks to it here and there. And
obviously the videographers always kind of like it when the artist kind of knows what they want. And it's easy for them to
100.
Put what's in your mind on like the screen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's good, man. What about the stylist?
See
you looking swaggy and...
Come on, man. Big shout
out.
You? That's listen.
I was ready to give you the props.
Listen, this is my style. I'm just kind of casual team. Yeah, just you know what I mean, chill, casual. You get me? But when you see me in the videos, at photo shoots, I have an amazing stylist. She is so dope. It's styled by Jilly J Bird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jill's my stylist, and she's incredible. Like, she's so sick, and she just knows me so well now. That's my family. So she knows what looks good on me. She pushes me in what I'm wearing, and I see myself and I'm like, damn, Jill, you got this,
Jill
girl.
done
Like
it again,
Jill,
innit?
Jill's him and Jill's
Jill
so
done it
wavy.
again.
So yeah, that's my girl, man. She's incredible at what she does. It's always making me look good. I've got an amazing team around me, man. So yeah, I'm very thankful, blessed.
The stylist, obviously, I ain't even got one, but
You're your own stylist and you're doing well with it, man.
Stylist,
You need to
man.
teach me, boy.
The old stylist. All right, cool. You got the song with what's the guy's name? Jacob
Lattimore, yeah, man.
Was he from the States?
Yeah, Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta, ATL, Zone 6.
For real.
How did that come about?
Yeah, man, that was wicked. Like, it's mad because I was saying before, even like I grew up on like the era of mindless behavior, and Jacob Lattimore, they were popping at that. Oh my god, man, that was.
Like, that song was so annoying.
Hey, listen.
Every girl was on them, innit? We was just there like.
I was one of them still.
Give us a rest.
I even went to one of their concerts.
Swear down, though. You was extremist.
I was there.
Brother with the hair and the...
Yeah, Princeton, that was my one still. I remember like me and my friends actually went to their concerts. There was like 4 of us. And we each chose. So I was like, cool, Princeton's my man. No one can take it. I loved Mindless Behavior, man. But yeah, they were obviously popping at that time. Jacob Lattimore was like popping around the same time, so I was very aware of who he was as well. I really liked his music, like he was so sick. Had the swag as well, he could dance too. Do you know what I mean? So, it was mad. Yeah, like me and my manager were just talking one day, and he was like, you know, imagine like a link up with Jacob Lattimore. Imagine how sick that would be, and I was like, that would be manifested it differently. Like I wasn't expecting it. So imagine how that could be, and I was just like, yeah, that could be sick. In my head, I was thinking, like, obviously, it's not going to happen, but it could be sick, innit? Not long after that, next thing you know, it was like, we were kind of getting ready to put out Off the Ground. And, like, originally, Off the Ground was just me on the song. And then he was just like, yeah, like, let's get Jacob on the song. Yeah. And I was like, rah, really? Okay. And
he said that?
Yeah, he knows Jacob's manager.
Okay.
So they kind of set up the link up, and next thing you know, I was on FaceTime to Jacob, and he was like, "What up? What up? Yes, yeah." I sent through the vocals, and he was in the studio, and he was like, "Yeah, like you hear this, like," and I was like, "Yo, is this really?" I was like checking myself as well. Yo, this is Jacob still. Yeah. But yeah, man, nah, he's so cool. Like we just got on banter. Like he's got such a sick vibe to him, and you know he was in the studio and he played it for me, and I was like, "Yeah, this is sounding sick." Like I love the sound of it. And then sent for everything and got it mixed and mastered, and that was the tune there.
Yeah, that's lit, man.
Lit.
It happened. You said it was gonna happen, and it happened.
Manifested.
People manifest your things. I'm gonna interview Rihanna.
He's gonna interview Rihanna. Beyonce.
I said that there.
I see it, man. I see it. Soon come.
Have you got a favorite song? Out
of
the ones that you've done that are released, also.
Yeah, I love all of my songs. I love all of them, but Be the One is
the one.
Is the one.
Yeah.
The one. Be the One was the one.
Yeah.
That one for me is like, it takes me somewhere else when I listen to it. Like when I made it, I was just like, yeah, this is like, you know how I said when the beat is being made, like, yeah, I can see something. I don't know what it was about the chord progression or something, but I was just like, damn, like this song was taking me somewhere, and I just loved the whole feel of it. Yeah. It felt good. I felt good when I listened to it. I was just like, yeah, I loved the feeling, and I really wanted people that listen to the song as well to get that same feeling after I wrote on it and I did my harmonies and stuff. And it's a song that just like, I'm like, thank God I wrote this song. Like, thank God this is my song. I love this song. Yeah, thank you, man. I love it. I just love the way it feels. I love what it makes me feel when I listen to it. So I say Be the One's my favourite. Yeah. Are
you like one of them people that do you spin your own tunes a lot?
Not really, you know. But to myself, like if I'm by myself.
Yeah. You just sit there and just play them and that.
Nah, do you know what? I only listen to them when I'm trying to assess myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like when I'm trying to assess myself, like if for instance, if I'm with other people, like I'm driving, they're in a car, I won't play my own music. Yeah, I play like someone else's music. It's just like, unless they want to play it. If they want to play it, I'm cool with that. But I don't choose to play it. I choose to just play other music. But if I'm by myself and I'm like, okay, like, let me see what I did right here. Let me see what I could do better on here. Let me see how I sound here. Or like, I'll listen to other music that I like and then listen to my song and be like, you know, would I put that in a similar kind of bubble where I like that as well? Those are the only times really I listen to my music. And then I guess with Be The One, like I said, I really loved that song. So there was a time where I was like,
that one,
I would just, let it come on or whatever. Or more time, like if I'm listening to my songs, it's the beat. Sometimes I find it hard to listen to myself.
Is
like,
it?
yeah.
You still in that kind of... I feel like you might get over it.
I know, I'm definitely over it more than before I could not, like, if you put it on now, I have to step out real quick. I can sit, I've had to like firm it now when I've got no choice. But I can sit here and listen, but like, I think it's just I don't know, maybe just because I know it's me. Yeah, that's me.
I need to say
that's me. Like, is that you? Do you know what I mean? But I like my music. Like, of course, I wouldn't put out music that I don't like. So yeah,
make it for you.
100. Yeah. I think I just appreciate other people's music a lot as well. So yeah.
Take it and get inspirations.
Like that.
So obviously you spoke on you got your management obviously by you. What's the deal with, like, are you working with any labels or you kind of do this independent?
At the moment, yeah, it's just independent. Indie. That's the way we rock.
That's the way, man. That's the way.
Yeah, like, just it's literally like it's me and my manager, and you know, like I said, I thank God for him, man.
Yeah.
Like he's proper got me in this, and we just do everything together, push for it together, come up with the concepts and everything, and yeah, it's us, man. Independent.
So, obviously, is it just a thing where if the right opportunity came, you just...
Yeah, I think no, we're just doing our thing at the moment, and just trying to make good music, trying to get people to connect, trying to grow in what I'm doing, and that's it. And yeah, if God puts something good in front of me,
take it.
like that.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Or maybe you're in a position where you might not have to, because you're building up your brand independently, man.
Exactly. Whichever way it goes, I'm just gonna keep working hard, and if the whatever's meant for me, whatever's in my path, exactly.
That's the correct answer.
Thank you.
I tried to trick you out of your position. She was ready. She's media trained, didn't it?
I was ready.
Alright, cool. Let's talk about this here genre that you float in. R&B.
R&B.
Okay.
Let's go.
R&B. Or is it UK R&B? What do you think?
So, are you on Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you're on Clubhouse.
I was.
Oh, you was?
Yeah,
okay, cool. So there was like obviously there was like a week or two where it was like the conversations were just R&B, UK R&B, whatever. And I've definitely like recognized that I think even just making music as well and getting involved in the music industry, like I can just see that there's a certain attitude to like towards UK R&B where it's like people don't see it in the same way that they see that American R&B or old school R&B, and because of that they listen to UK R&B artists with quite a closed mindset sometimes. There is definitely like a certain handful of people that really appreciate UK R&B. But see, I've even got to say UK R&B just because people have such a different attitude towards it. So like me personally, I just see R&B as R&B. But I feel like there's just such a huge wave of people that see it as something that's completely different, where it's like there's a bit of like a glass ceiling to it right now in a way, where it's like, you know, you can be good but only to an extent, and there's like American R&B artists that are just excelling, and you can't get there unless you're in America or something like that. But that's literally just because like I feel like over there there's just more like opportunities and people push for it more, and and they appreciate it a bit more. There's definitely like a group of people here that appreciate it a lot, but it's not as much as there was back in like the 2000s when like Craig David was popping and whatnot. And I feel like there's definitely some growth in comparison to like a couple of years ago, and there's a lot of UK R&B talent here.
Speak on that growth though. What do you think of that growth from where it was to where it is now? And what would you say your part is in that growth? Because you've obviously got a part in this growth. Because R&B is, I'm gonna say UK R&B in this country is mad because it's like, it's definitely coming up more now, pushing
100,
more.
yeah.
But it's like there's people like yourself and artists that are like highly respected within like UK R&B. But then you ask someone who listens to like rap or something and they just don't know any
They
of
have
them.
no idea.
You know what I'm saying? It's such a like
definitely
closed in community, but you guys all know each other within that community.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it kind of what you said before, like the closed mindedness, or
yeah? I think it's the thing where it's just like there's a people just see it as like if you put out R&B music in this country, it's just not gonna be to a level, or it's just gonna sound unprofessional, or this, and they don't even like look into you as an artist. They won't be like, oh, like, you know, is she signed? Is he signed? Are they managed? You know, like what? Let's look at all of their projects. They'll just hear one song and just be like, okay, it's R&B. Like, they won't really give it a chance. There's a lot of people that like if they give it a chance, and they'll be like, oh right, like, this person's actually wavy, like they're actually good, they're talented, whatnot. But these days people only do that with like pop or with like Afro beats, or like they don't really give it so much of a chance here. So, but like I said, I feel like it's growing a bit where people are taking it in a bit more because there's just so much talent now. There's so much R&B talent, you can't really deny it anymore. But there's still a lot of a way to make. And I think I'm definitely thankful, like I said, you know, I've jumped in at a time where it's being more appreciated now. So I'm definitely thankful to be like on that wave where it's like I can see that in that R&B community, you know, there's a lot of people that show love to me. And I'm still on my way, but
it definitely looks like a community that's got a lot of like loving it type thing. I don't really see much. Everyone's just, you know, we'll collab with each other, we'll share each other's stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We're vibing. Where over there everyone's
like
doing a lot of different stuff and that. But
like
you think it's not getting the backing it deserves, or
I feel like it's if you have to put like the genres on like a leaderboard or something, R&B is not near the top.
It's climbing up.
It's climbing up. It's climbing up. And the past like few decades it's fluctuated a lot, but right now it's kind of sitting, it's not like low, but it's sitting lowish and it's coming back up again. And that's not in terms of the talent that's in it, but it's in terms of the way it's appreciated and the way it's really like acknowledged. And I feel like more people are paying a bit more attention again, but like pure R&B. So if you think of like R&B combined with like another genre, maybe that's taken in a little bit more. Especially if there's like rap in it. But like pure R&B is not taken in as much yet. And I feel like it's slowly climbing up.
It's slowly. Slowly but
surely.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen to that, man.
And that kind of, I got a question and I feel like I want to know your kind of take on this. So like R&B, UK R&B right now, it's not getting the backing it deserves, but the backing it is getting is more like commercial, more radio. So you'll hear it more in that kind of format. But it's kind of like young people are not listening to the radio as much.
Yeah, definitely. That's
the way
true.
we kind of consume music is through
streaming,
clubbing, streaming.
Oh yeah, clubbing. Yeah.
Do you think it's a thing where like more of the ground root kind of DJs or need to push R&B in that kind of bottom platform where it's like, you know what I'm saying, like R&B nights and that type of stuff? Like, do you think that's something that should happen?
That's a really good show. You should start that.
I should trademark that, innit? What am I doing? Cut the cameras.
Cut the cameras. Wait, let's talk about this.
Yeah, man. Cut the cameras.
Do you know what? That is such a good point, and I feel like you're so right. Like when you think about it, a lot of our friends, our people, our community, like it's all like freshers, uni motives and whatnot, and a lot of people love like going out to different events and whatnot. And I feel like that's where people have the most enjoyment to music, when they're with their friends and they're out and they're drinking or whatnot. And
you've got that vibe.
You got the vibe, man. You just got the vibe. You're dancing. You don't care what's going on. So I feel like you've hit a good point with that. Like a lot of DJs could push it, and by doing that, it's just creating that sense of awareness.
Yeah, I feel like it plays on how music's changed, because I feel like back in the day, you had to like get your music to the DJs 100%. Just to get your stuff heard. You know what I'm saying? But now, because of streaming, artists are just like, I'm just gonna put it out myself and type thing. But I feel like that should definitely be a thing that should be pushed, because like you hear it in that environment, like you said. You just say, who's this? Yeah, get your Shazam out. It's like, okay, it's making more sense. I heard it in an environment that it's meant to be kind of consumed in. But
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, man. We making businesses right now, man.
Trust business moves right here.
What about like relationships, like friendships, and how's that been impacted since starting music? Like, you know, you're in the studio, you're doing your thing. Has it kind of changed the way some people, like, you know, she ain't really got time for us no more, or, you know?
Oh, good. Do you know what? I'm blessed, man. I've got good friends around me that like really understand. You know, I feel like anyone who's on their grind in some way definitely sees it, especially when you're like in the mode of like really pushing and stuff. You know, I mean, I feel like you even know this. Sometimes my communication is.
I say no.
That says everything. Yeah. But sometimes communication's bad anyways, isn't it? I've always been like that. But with music, it's like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been so busy, and it's like, I'm not even fronting. Like, I've actually been busy. So, you know, I'll definitely sometimes get those messages like, oh, like, you don't shout me anymore. Like, do you know what? But the people that are really close to me, they really get it, and they just support me 100%. They push me in what I'm doing. But it's definitely been just like learning the balance of everything, even the balance of uni and music. Like, it's been a mad thing still. And it's like, I'm trying to think, like, if we weren't in a pandemic and I had like a proper social life at the moment, the balance of that would be mad as well. So it's kind of been like a little blessing in disguise that isn't there, so I don't have to focus on that.
More home.
Yeah, exactly. But like, just balancing things is definitely like harder than it looks. So, you know, I was even talking to one of my friends not long ago and saying like, I'm definitely gonna make more of an effort to just shout out to the people that I love, you know, from time to time, just to show them that, I know you're still there, because I think of my loved ones all the time. No matter what I'm doing, I always think of them. But I might not be communicating with them in that moment, so I'm just gonna make more of an effort to like communicate with them and whatnot, because that life is short. People are losing their loved ones, so you've got to really appreciate those around you.
Seriously.
And yeah, man, definitely.
And obviously, speaking on that leads to my next question. Cool. So if you was dating, dating, that's a big one. That's what the viewers want to know, innit?
He said that's what the
viewers want to know. Yeah. Would you rather date someone who was also a musician, because they know that what's going on, you know what I'm saying, you know? Or would you like someone who's kind of far away from what you're doing, just kind of like an escapism, like you don't want to talk about music, you go and just, what kind of difference is that? Yeah.
Do you know what? I've never dated like a musician before. Have I dated a musician before? I've never dated a musician, so to be fair, I don't actually know what that's like. So when I've dated one, I'll come back and then we'll talk about it. But I'm joking. Might have a different answer, but but right now, what I'll say is I don't really mind. I don't mind, to be fair. Like, what I look for in a person, it would apply to anyone, no matter what industry you're in. If you're in the music industry, if you're doing a sport, if you own your own business.
The grind's the grind.
The grind is the grind. Whatever it is. I just feel like as long as you're driven in what you do, whether that be music or not music, as long as you've got a good head on your shoulders, as long as you know your self-worth and you know my worth as well, can inspire each other. You know, you motivate me, I motivate you. You are an escape at the same time. Even if you're doing music, you have to be an escape somehow.
Okay,
do you know what I mean? Like, as long as you've got like those good qualities about you and you stand your ground in whatever you're doing and stand your ground for me as well, then I'm cool with it. But I don't really mind like whatever industry it is. Yeah, I'm not fussed. Just be a good person.
Yeah.
Just be a good person.
Realness though, no, realness. Yeah. Alright, cool. What's next for Yas VW?
Yas VW. Like I said, you know, I shot my last music video about a week ago.
Hey,
You know that
was
was coming. You knew that one was coming still.
Don't kill me.
I'm dead.
What's it called?
So the next one, do you know, I don't know if I can say
it
that
surprise?
yet.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay,
I haven't dropped anything on it yet.
Soon come.
But soon come. But it's exciting. I can't lie. It's very exciting. I'm so excited for that one.
What, EP projects?
Yeah, man. Working on that at the moment. Have to drop one. So, you know, I need to for the people, man. You know what I'm saying? So working on that at the moment. And yeah, just more sick visuals. You know, I don't know if you know, but like I dance as well. So like in the next video, you're gonna see a little bit of pop,
a little bit of choreographed. Okay, I'll be looking.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just
so that's what's coming.
That's what's coming at the moment.
More what you're doing.
Yeah, more. I just want to build. I want to give people some good vibes. But yeah, man, next single, EP as well. I'm working on that. Yeah, man, non-stop. That's what's going on.
Cool. We're gonna run a quick guess.
Here we go. Pressure games are not for me. I'll be dead honest. They're not for me still. So this is gonna be interesting.
I'm gonna play like 10 seconds.
Okay,
of like an R&B song.
It's very embarrassing if I can't catch it.
So basically, you're guessing instrumentals. All right, we'll start with.
Stop it, man. Behave yourself.
We'll start. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I won't play too much before they flag me down.
Yours truly, Yas VW.
All right, cool.
Weakness. Come on. You're now back in with the best. Boy, don't you leave me on red. Say yeah. Manalia.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Come on. That's a bop still.
That's a bop, yeah?
That's a bop.
All right, cool. If you know this one.
I'm shook now. A little bit of nipper. Change my tone.
All right, cool.
Nipper's wavy still. I'll give it, man.
All right, cool.
Come on.
What else we got here? All right, cool. Let me turn the levels up, man. Who's good out here?
Yeah, man. I like my music. I like my R&B. I listen to that.
All right, cool. We gonna throw it back.
A little bit of Ashanti, Ja Rule, always on time.
All right.
Always on time.
Right,
Can't be late. Why are you running late? What's going on?
Can't be late. Wow, I'm on this playlist and you're actually in it.
No way. Which playlist is that?
R&B, 90s, 2000s, old school R&B.
I'm in that.
Yeah, be the one.
On which platform?
Spotify.
That's not yours.
Nah. Or like, it might be someone's, innit?
I swear.
It's got 45,000 likes.
Hey, love for that.
Yeah,
love for that, for real.
I was like, yeah.
You have to send the link of that playlist to me.
All right.
That's wavy.
All right, cool. Let's do one more.
Ooh. Do you know what's actually mad?
What?
I performed this song last week.
No way.
I performed, and that one's coming out soon as well. I performed this song last week. Burn, Usher.
Alright, cool.
Come on.
Cool.
Sick song.
Alright, cool.
Oh, thank God. I was getting shook for that game still.
Nah, I got it easy.
Yeah. Lit. Come on.
I just want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you, man.
You know, I feel like the people are going to like this one. They're going to like you.
Love.
And respect what you're doing. More success to come.
More love, more success. Come on. Thank you, Rambo.
And you know the vibes. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Go stream Yas VW, Be the One, Off the Ground, Weakness.
Let's go. Come on.